We on our way to Bricky's
Comedy Club in Dayton, Ohio, man. Dayton just always feel like a place where you could just lose everything.
I thought you were about to just say it just feels like a place. Like you just summed it up to just.
It just feels like a place. It's just a place. Yeah, Dayton. I mean, that is the best way to explain it. Places like Dayton, Sandusky, Ohio. You know, places like that. It's just like, yeah, it's just a place. It just is what it is. A little place, but it does feel like you could lose everything. Feel like you could lose your family there.
Yeah.
Get a divorce.
Yeah, it's a sketchy place.
It's not for vegans and stuff. I know that.
Or pure people.
Yeah. Oh no, vegans ain't pure. Okay, let me tell you. Me and Allison went to this vegan restaurant, the Vegan Deli, last night. That's what it's called, is the Vegan Deli. So if they see this, it is what it is. Vegans are usually very, very malnourished people. Like they just look crazy. They look unhealthy, but the food was horrible. I was eating and I'm like, I don't know why I thought like, yeah, let me get the vegan corned beef sandwich, the vegan Reuben. I don't know what they were making this shit out of, but
I'm about to say, what is that, like tofu or something?
It was something, but it tastes like, first of all, soy's not even good for you, like that,
especially for me.
So yeah, so it's like I'm eating this and it tastes like a vacuum cleaner, like your grandma's attic or something, or like one of those rugs that you hit with a tennis racket to get the dust out.
For some reason, never tasted a rug, but I know what you're
know what I mean? Me either, but it just, when I was eating it, I was like, this is what the inside of a vacuum cleaner gotta taste like. And even Allison's, hers was a little better. She got the Euro or the Gyro or whatever, if you're a black individual. And she was like, I took bites of it, and it was better, but after the second or third bite, your body is just like, you're tricking me.
Like any place that you gotta say, if you gotta put vegan first and then something normal like deli, like why?
Yeah,
I don't
deli.
Want any kind of like vegan lunch meat.
As soon as they put it down, the cheese, the meat, I was like, oh, this is gonna be horrible. You know, it was a nice lady, it was somebody in there and they had a little mustache or whatever.
Oh,
so I just knew, you know what I mean? You knew, like, I don't mind ladies that got a little armpit hair. I don't mind. I don't care about that kind of thing. But like maybe like sit out cooking. Like maybe just don't cook. If you got if that's the lifestyle you live in, don't make no vegan shit.
Is it okay with hairy women in there?
Yeah, I don't really mind. I don't care. Like, I don't really care.
I don't think I could do it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind. It it doesn't bother me at all.
Well, underarm hair would probably make me mad. I don't know anywhere else. Like if she want to keep it down there.
Yeah, that's all I'm talking about is armpit.
Yeah, armpit,
which is like, it's not something I ask for, but it's not something I mind.
No, well, I guess because I think my idea of armpit hair on a woman is like what my armpit hair.
No, yeah, it's a different thing. They got a different thing going on. It's not like, I'm not seeing no ladies running around like NBA players, like athletes and stuff with just a.
That's the first thing I thought when you said you're okay.
No, because usually armpit hair it's usually kind of gross if you're an athlete and whatnot. Yeah, I shave my armpit hair.
I do too.
Yeah, because I don't care for it. Like it doesn't do anything for me. But I don't, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like I don't smoke weed, but I don't mind people that do. I don't know if that's a good comparison, but
yeah, I don't think that quite translated.
It feels good for me. Yeah.
You brought up Allison, so how's it been dating a comic? Like, is it?
Dating a comic is cool. I mean, it's cool. Okay, it can be a slippery slope for people. I think I got lucky, but I can see how even she's still a nut too.
Okay.
But but I got lucky. We get along. Everything's good. We, it's nice in the sense of like, creatively. Right. We run jokes by each other or whatever. Now, if it's like you dating a bad comedian or something, man.
Somebody that's just terrible. So
I don't think you can do that.
So I imagine y'all argue. Y'all won't hear about like no arguments. All right, what is an argument like with another comic? Because like a comic is to be rational. It's rational most times, not all the time, but there's like I imagine that like how your sets be is there's rationale behind why you say the things you say. Now argument rationale sometimes go out the window, but if it's two comics, I'd imagine that it would like arguments are healthy or not.
I mean, I think it's just like any other relationship, really, because we don't. It's like we're not arguing about like we just arguing about like just the normal everyday shit to argue about. You know what I mean? Take the trash out, you know, stuff like that. So it's not even really arguments. I won't even say them as arguments. Sometimes we disagree on things, and that's okay, and we talk about that. But I tell you get way more dating a comic from being in a normal relationship. It feel like you get way more sensible arguments, or at least I am.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like they're like the rational part. That's what I mean by sensible. Like where it makes like there's a conclusion that's come to, and it's like, okay, we can fix this now.
You. It's like way more communication. But that also just might be being older.
True. Because
when I was in my 20s, I don't give a fuck what I was doing. I wasn't trying to have no, you know, good communication in a relationship. I was out there just trying to win.
Gotcha.
I was trying to win arguments.
Gotcha. Right.
That's all I was trying to do.
Yeah, whether you was right or wrong.
Whether I was right or wrong, I was gaslighting.
I was gaslighting. Yep, that's what it came down.
Yeah. I've seen people date comics and it just not go well at all.
Right.
Because you know, they have different viewpoints, or they want to go different places, or you know, this person might be like, oh, comedy is just a hobby for me, so you should see it as a hobby too, and it's silly if you want to do something more with it. So you get a lot of these different things, and then on top of that, it's just, I don't know, dating a comic can be off, but people like, you know, like Amanda and Logan and shit, they're getting married, so it's just stuff like that, but you know, it can work. It's still just comics or fucking doctors or engineers. People who work at hospitals cheat.
Right, yeah. I know that's for a fact. Yeah,
you can't date no nurse, nobody in the military.
Teacher,
like they cheat.
Yeah.
They cheat. But like
we just named like that's like 6 workforces of people.
Oh yeah, that's probably fucking 57% of America.
Yeah.
If people, you just like I you know, that's where you usually get all the bad stories.
And comics are a lot more freer in thought and spirit.
Yeah.
I guess calling somebody a free spirit is like calling them a hoe, and I don't mean to like say like that, but it's like what it is. This is why I tell people, I don't want to say normal people, but people that aren't comics, that it's so easy for these relationships to be formed and happen because we're always out with each other every day of the week. We learning each other every day of the week. We talking every day of the week.
I see comedians now more than I see like
family, friends. Right. That's why I try not to, I don't want to say try not to talk to niggas, but a lot of the stuff that I be hearing in this scene, it'd be too much for me because I'm still not too far removed from slapping the shit out of somebody. So it's kind of like I just try to like just stay clear of a lot of that dumb shit. But
it's plenty of that kind of stuff. It's plenty of opportunity for a little violence to happen around the scene.
And people don't know how close they are to it.
Yeah.
Like you don't know how close you are to getting fucked up right now. Like
because that's what a lot of people too is just like, you see people every day, so then drama happens and it starts feeling like
I didn't even think about that.
You just on a college campus a lot of times. That's what it feels like. You see the same people all the time. All you know comedians are usually like, you know, everybody got a little ego. Everybody got a little headstrong, got their own opinion, shit like that. So eventually, it's just not gonna, it's just gonna butt heads. There's a lot of drama.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like I actually, because I won't say I've been seeing a comic. I ain't about to say who, but I've been seeing one, and I was just trying to like gauge like how does that dynamic work? Like once you switch from just being friends or y'all dating or whatever to a full blown relationship is crazy to me in my mind. Like they actually being in a relationship with another comic?
Well, after being in music scenes and shit like that for a long time, I already knew how this shit worked. So as soon as I, like, we went on a date and then we was like hanging out a bunch, I was just like, oh, this is just, like, I'm either just gonna be in a relationship with this person or I'm not, and then I'm not, and that's just gonna be it for the comedy scene. Like that's just it. It could be comedians, it could be anybody. Weird motherfuckers are just gonna be weird. Bad relationships are gonna happen. People are still gonna be fucking gaslighting and abusive, regardless, because people are just people in every fucking facet of life. Yeah.
Funny you bring that up, because we going through, not we, but there are some people going through some shit in this scene. Said that we're always together. There are people in this scene that I don't think are used to people.
Oh yeah.
Like they don't have any sense of social norms, so they become creeps and weirdos.
I think this shit is light compared to the shit that I've seen in like the music world.
Oh, word?
People like, it's a lot of creeps and weirdos, because like in the comedy world, or at least on this level, it's like women aren't safe
at all.
You know what I mean? Because it's like you get these dudes who have never really like interacted with women.
Right.
They're whatever, like want to be artsy guys or whatever the case is. So they just never really interact with women, and then a woman's nice to them, and they're like, "Oh, she must love me." And then they get weird, and then they start wearing baseball caps and shit, which is like the first sign of a stalker. You know what I mean? It's like niggas just start wearing baseball caps. But music though, nobody's safe, because you got motherfuckers like P. Diddy.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? You got motherfuckers men too. Everybody, is nobody's safe.
If you noticed, the dude, I don't know what the nigga's name is, but the Miller cat. I don't want to say Miller cat because it's not Ian Miller for people that...
It was Ian Miller. No,
it's another Miller. I forgot what his name is.
Lee, yeah.
But him, ever since he all of this has come out about him, there's been so many other stories of it's been like a Me Too Columbus movement happening.
Man.
When niggas' names is just getting thrown in the hat, and I'm like, God damn,
it's a good day to not be a weirdo or have any sort of weird past or making people uncomfortable. It's a good time.
Crazy.
It's a great time to be normal. Lee Miller. By the way, Lee Miller is built like a vegan. Like that's how they all look. That's how they all look. And he put on that baseball cap, and that's why I knew something was up.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say no other comments. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not even jumping out there like that. But I've heard other stories of other comics that are just like it. It's just like, this city might need a purge. Because I think talking to women is like a muscle, and I think a lot of these comics' muscle is underdeveloped.
Yeah.
So they just do weird shit, like, and think it's okay because we share these close quarters with them so much. I just told somebody that what you just said about they get a hi or a good morning or something or good evening,
and they think like they got some sort of like chain,
like a connection just happened.
Yeah, like something just erupted.
Just polite.
No, brother, you just been horny for too long.
Right, yeah.
You need to figure something out. Like I like to go to comic book conventions sometimes and be around the nerd culture and shit too. And it's the same thing there. It's crazy over there.
Man, let me say this too before we jump off it. There's a lot of women in the comedy scene that are aggressors too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's one that comes to mind for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm a very like guilty until proven innocent person. If I hear some shit about you, you was doing some weird shit, I don't give a fuck if it's not true. I'm not about to be around you and talk to you no more
until it clear up.
And even when it clear up, I'll be like, you was put yourself in a position to even let it even start. All this shit is at the end of the day with comedy or talking to women or whatever, it just be cool, man.
That's it. And not even just talking to them, just be cool in general.
People gotta stop having like motives gotta stop hanging out with women expecting shit. Like, oh yeah, if we go on a date, then we have to, I buy you a meal, now you gotta do it. And it's just kind of, you know what I mean? Just get to know a motherfucker,
right,
like a human being.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like another, like, be like, just get to know somebody, just be cool, be yourself, treat, like it's one of your friends.
Right.
And you just,
and grow from there. And I literally just, I got a bit where I'll be talking about that, how I just started respecting women recently. And that's what I mean, that part of it. And I don't mean like respecting women like a weirdo. I mean like as far as like I can have conversations with women now and enjoy their conversation.
Yeah, that's the part about getting older. You just start to, but then you start to appreciate shit like that.
Right.
Because it's like, it's weird to even, like it's not weird to do it, but it's just kind of, meaningless, or it just don't feel like much if you sleeping with people, but you're not cool with them.
And not connecting with them.
Yeah, you're not connecting with them, you're not talking to them, you're not really hanging out, trying to get to know the person.
Yeah.
And it's just that kind of like empty kind of shit. It's just not really, you know what I mean?
I live that lifestyle, and I get way more satisfaction now out of actually conversing and talking.
Yeah.
Like I like to hear, because this is how you end up with dumb people. Like, and it's not just for men with women, women with men. Like you end up with a dummy because you don't know that they dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. That's getting closer to dating when shit just start falling apart.
Like talk to a comic. Just have a conversation. People don't know how
to have conversations, man. People overstep boundaries all the time. People just don't know how to just be cool. And I say people, because there are, then it's the thing too. It's like, because I used to do this shit with police officers where I'd be like, well, not all police officers are bad, because I know people who are police officers and they're good people. But then you realize the people who are doing all the bad shit, they wear the same color, they wear the same badges, they look the same, they drive the same cars, you know what I mean? So shit like that. So then you see any one of them, and you kind of like, this could go bad. So it's the same thing with dudes. It's like, a lot of dudes kind of like, we're around, we do the same shit, whatever the fuck it is. So the dudes that get weird, then it kind of groups everybody into being like, oh, men are this way. And I don't even try to fight this shit no more. I'm like, niggas are weird. Yeah. Because there is like boys clubs and everything.
Right.
Where like, a lot of male dominated shit, a lot of shit where men get further by just being dudes, regardless of if they're fucking funny or not. So that is a real thing, whether if they're good or not. Whereas women, to get ahead and shit, a lot of times women have to be like better than the guys, or just as good at least to fucking like, you know what I mean, to even make progress. It's like there is definitely an imbalance there, where it's and then the women that are around a lot of times are just, you get a lot of these weirdos, and they are just seen as like, oh, I could be in a relationship with her, or I'm gonna laugh at her jokes with hopes to talk to her, or some shit like that.
The degree of separation of us has gotten so much smaller. I'm not like, this in a general normal day and walk of life, I would not be talking to this woman in any type of way, but because of comedy, I'm a little bit closer to her, so I got a chance.
Yeah. The boys club, the guys looking out for dudes, and shit like that. For sure there is. Women not being able to get certain opportunities or whatever because they're just women. For sure there is.
And as I just started getting back into the gym because I didn't offer to slap too many people, and I can't be out of breath, and I can't be like not physically prepared for smoke.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to go back to the gym. If I don't feel comfortable talking to you as any person, man or woman, especially a woman, I'm not even about to send no energy that way. I'm just not about to. It's not worth it. Because I don't want to make somebody uncomfortable at all, especially in a creative space. But these niggas do not give a fuck, man. These comics do not care.
Yeah, it's when I first started coming out, before I knew people, I just kept to myself.
But you are probably the person I'm closest with in the scene because of that. Because I remember when we started roughly around the same time, but I remember like going up and then seeing you like sitting in the back.
Yeah.
Like, did you talk about, was it a mechanics coat or some shit?
Oh yeah, that's that That's that security coat I stole from Penn's.
Yeah, okay.
That's
So
a good one.
you would just be sitting in the back, not saying nothing, just
Yeah.
quiet and just observing. And that's the type. That's who I am. I like to observe shit.
Which could like easily be mistaken for like a Lee Miller kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was like,
It was questionable.
Who the fuck is this? He come to everything. He don't talk to nobody. He just sit back there. Yeah, that could be a predator. Yeah, that could be. You know what I mean? In this case, it wasn't, but it could have been. Yeah.
Jules too. I didn't say Jules, but Jules. I've got close with Jules too. Like people like that I know they're here by themselves and they. Nah, man. Those type of people where I get physical over.
Yeah, that's real.